So ever since my son's autism diagnosis and the journey to acceptance, the journey to grieving the fact that I'm not going to be raising a child who is neurotypical, I'm going to raise a child who is in a certain category. There's one thing that I've learned to do that works well for me and my family, of course. And this is guarding my mind, guarding my heart from what information with regards to autism come my way. I've had to learn to always have a protective jacket that protects me from getting information that I know that can derail me from the acceptance wagon that I've been walking, from the state of mind of accepting my son, of telling myself that I am going to support my son no matter what. So what I've done to shield myself, I try by all means to watch the news, follow the news that has got to do with autism, but I do that with so much caution. I tread with caution when I'm reading those news. I tread with caution when I'm hearing, following. A few friends did send me the link for the comments that the President of the United States of America did make about autism and Tylenol. So there's an interesting thing that I just learned. If you look at the history of Tylenol and the history of autism, autism was first diagnosed in 1943. And then on the other hand, Tylenol was invented in 1955, 12 years later after the first case of autism diagnosis. So for me, that gives me already a leverage to say, now I think I've responded to those that have been tagging me on the post to say, what do you think? What is your comment about Tylenol and autism? I think I've answered you already. Tylenol, 1955, that's when it was first invented. Autism, on the other hand, it was first diagnosed in 1943, 12 years earlier than Tylenol's invention. Case closed. That is what I stand on, and that was what I believe on. And then if we go back to the major causes of autism, you will realize that research shows that 70 to 80% of the causes of autism are genetics. 70 to 80%. And then the remaining 20% ranges between environmental factors and all other factors. But 70 to 80% is genetics. That is the major cause of autism. So if there's something that we must always be suspecting, like on the top of our heads, it should be the genetics. These other things, they can, but that's 20% already. Otherwise, we'll always be scared to use painkillers. We'll always be scared to eat some foods. We'll always be scared. But the major cause of autism is genetics, 70 to 80% genetics. Then the other thing that I want to mention that is well researched and established is that there is no causal link found from the use of Tylenol It's just an assumption. It's a comment. It's a personal opinion. In my way of looking at it, it's just one person's personal opinion. It cannot be taken to be now a scientific finding. There is no research that backs up that. It's something that is yet to be researched, and it's a pity that is even evoking a lot of emotions for different people, and it's making people, it's ruffling some people's feathers. But let's just remember that the major cause in a neurodevelopmental condition like autism, the major cause is genetics. So there's no causal link that is found. A recent large-scale study that was done analyzing data from 2.48 million births found no evidence between Tylenol use during pregnancy and autism. There was a research that was done. 2.48 million is a lot of case studies there. There was no link. People were using Tylenol during their pregnancy and birth. The children they gave birth to were not autistic. They are not autistic. So we can base on that because it was actually researched. But there is no link found proving that there is people who are using paracetamol, there is people who are using Tylenol during pregnancy who are now, all the children that they gave birth to, they are on the autism spectrum. There is no link found to prove that. And also, I wanted to mention that no association, we should know that association does not mean that there is the cause. There can be one or two cases of people. I remember the other time I posted on Facebook and on TikTok saying I did not know that paracetamol in the United Kingdom, you cannot buy more than 2 at a time. I did not know that until on a certain day when I went grocery shopping, I needed to buy more than 2. And when I posted on my Facebook just to start a conversation, I realized I was actually, it was just me for the people who participated on that Facebook post. It was just me who did not know that you cannot buy more than 2 packets of paracetamol. Why? Some of the people who work in the medical field in that came into that comment section and they were actually saying, yes, because paracetamol, it has got these side effects to your internal organs. I did not know that. But can we then say paracetamol is the major cause of severe cirrhosis? Is it the major cause of lung cancer? Is it the major cause of kidney failure? Can we say that? But research shows that, and they even restrict the selling of it. And here in the UK, you can an individual who is less than 16 years old cannot buy paracetamol. So I was like, they treating it like it's a serious drug. And the medical professionals that came into that comment section were like, yes, it's actually a very strong drug. So I agree that it has got very strong impact on our health if it's abused. And that means also anything strong that is taken during the gestation period can really affect the brain development and eventually result in things like that. But for us to come and say it is the cause of autism, I become resistant. I get into the denial mode. And I'm like, no, you don't talk to me like that. Because for some people, it's just a conversation, autism. But for me, once people talk about autism, they are rubbing on my skin. They are rubbing on my ego as a mother. And they are talking about an individual that I gave birth to. So I start looking into those conversations with a lot of emotions. It evokes a lot of emotions for me to hear people passing general comments on baseless facts, on facts that has not been researched, on facts that maybe it's just an idea or it's a suggestion. I think if the mom-to-be abuses the painkiller, definitely that will affect the baby that they are carrying. But for us to come with no research, with no correct findings and say this is the major cause or this is the cause for autism, I think it's a bit too insensitive. It's a bit too insensitive. The major cause when it comes to autism, we know exactly that it is genetics. So in conclusion, this is what I have read and what I think we should do actually based on when considering or engaging in these conversations. I read an article which was saying Tylenol is actually considered very safe during pregnancy and if when taken as directed. However, recent claims by public figures like Donald Trump suggest that a potential link between Tylenol use during pregnancy and autism, but these claims lack robust scientific evidence. They lack scientific evidence, so we can, and it actually warps the world. I think it just makes you feel numb as a parent who is trying to walk in the journey of acceptance, who is saying, I think I've accepted and I've developed coping mechanism with my son's diagnosis. Now I start hearing these other findings. To my fellow moms or parents to special needs children, I'm just saying, let's keep doing what has been working. Yes, if you think there's some new findings that will really come and help your child, go and do the search. But if you wanna channel all your energy to supporting your child with the support that you can, with the support that you have, then I encourage you to channel all your energy on supporting your child. Channel all your energy towards supporting your child. Then the other thing is that the autism concerns the National Autistic Society and other medical experts emphasize that there is no conclusive evidence to support that Tylenol causes autism. So if other organizations, they're already dismissing that claim, we don't have to get worried or to become anxious about such claims. Autism is a complex neurodevelopmental disorder which has got so many causes. And if somebody comes up and mention only one cause, that should not trigger us into anxiety. That should not trigger us to say, oh, okay, I actually think it should not even force us to second guess. Let's use the tools that has already been working for us. If new information is to come and it's working against what we are already using, I think I will take my time to embrace the new information. That's where I will refuse to evolve in those circumstances. I rather stick to my old ways if they are the ones that are working and they are helping me support my little one to get to their full potential. And in any case, I said to one of my friends, you know what, knowing what caused autism for me is not the most important thing. What actually is going to help me right now, because my son is soon to be 12. Even if I know something different, even if I'm to know that, okay, he is autistic because of something different from what I'm already knowing now, I don't think it will change his diagnosis. It will not. Right now, what works for me and the help, the accommodations, the opportunities, the doors that I'm appreciating if they are to open, is doors that gives me, that equip me with skills to support my son where he is. The information, the researches that help me meet my son at his point of need, those are the researches that I'm welcoming. It's not the researches of how he became autistic that is more important to me. What is more important to me is how can I support him where he is at now, because I already know he is autistic. I'm not worried how he got that autism. And for me to go back there, I think that it means I'm already pausing. I'm already investing the time that I was supposed to invest in supporting him. I'm now channeling towards finding out, but exactly how did he become autistic and why is he autistic? But then at the end of the day, is that going to help me support him currently? If it's not going to help me support him at the moment now, because he was born almost 12 years ago. So if what caused the condition more than 12 years ago, if it's something that I have to pay attention to, what is it going to help me from now going forward? What am I going to benefit from that? And if there's no benefit coming through, then I'm not interested in the conversation. See you in the next video.